The following position is a game between Jose Raul Capablanca with the white pieces, who at the time was 12 years old, versus the then national champion of Cuba, Juan Corso. So Capablanca has white. He started off by playing king to f4, threatening the f5 pawn and threatening to play king to e5. Black plays king to f6, threatening g5 check. h4 preventing that. g6. Notice how the majority of black's pawns are in white squares. g4 undoubling his pawns, and h6. This was a mistake of the game. He should have recaptured on g4, keeping the symmetry of the pawn structure. g5 check. Pawn takes, king to e7. And now the white king has access to the e5 square, and he also has a new weakness on g6. g4. Pawn takes, bishop d3, targeting that weakness. Knight f5, king takes, knight takes d4, bishop takes g6. And this is phase 1 of the endgame. We've basically created the asymmetrical pawn structure. We have the passed g pawn, and what's going to end up happening is that with this passed g pawn, we're going to use it to tie down black's pieces to the defend. So c5, king h5. Once phase 1 is done, we're going to basically capitalize on having this passed pawn. Once the black's pieces are tied down to the defense of that threat, then we're going to use our king and our bishop to penetrate the black's queen side and eventually win on that flank. So knight to e6, king h6, king f8, bishop f5. We're weakening, loosening up the wing. g6, progressing on the king side. d4, b3, preventing black from playing c4 and gaining a passed pawn. King g8, a4, fixing the pawns in the dark squares. King f8. Now we're rerouting the bishop over to the queen side. To c4. Knight e8, king h7, bishop c4, bringing the king over. Knight g7. If king to d6, then just bishop to f7 followed by king to f6, and white is winning. The king finally enters over to the queen side, and the game is basically completely over. Knight g7, king b7, king takes pawn, a5. After knight to d6 check, king a6, the game is over.